Welcome back to CoverStory Highlights 2025 General Election Constituency Polling. Raw, unapologetic, and grounded in truth. And today we come to you ahead of the general election, which is scheduled for Wednesday, September 3rd. In this episode, we cover 3 seats in Westmoreland, 4 in St. Elizabeth, and 2 in Manchester Southern and Central. Let's get right into it. In Westmoreland Western, the PNP's Ian Hales is commanding the race with 59%, ahead of Garfield James at 41%. A PNP victory here looks imminent. In Westmoreland Central, incumbent George Wright is trailing at 48.13%, while the PNP's Dwayne Vaz leads at 51.87%. This seat is swinging PNP. In Westmoreland Eastern, the JLP is facing defeat as PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Camber is on the course for victory, polling at 56.38% to Daniel Lawrence 43.62%. Moving over to St. Elizabeth. In St. Elizabeth Northwestern, the PNP's Patricia Scarlett Forrester holds the edge with 52% over Andrew Morris at 48%. Another PNP win is in sight. In St. Elizabeth Northeastern, incumbent Delroy Slowly of the JLP is polling at 46%, while the PNP's Zaluka Jess leads with 54%, a likely PNP takeover here. In St. Elizabeth Southwestern, a major upset is brewing. Incumbent Floyd Green of the JLP trails at 48.41%, while the PNP's Dr. Merindo Wellington is ahead with 51.59%. In St. Elizabeth Southeastern, a dead heat is playing out there. Both Norman Scott of the PNP and Frank Witter of the JLP are locked at 50% each. Voter turnout on election day will decide the outcome of this seat. Now over to Manchester, and we look at Manchester Southern, where the PNP's Peter Bunting is polling at 53.27%, leading Ian Ives of the JLP at 46.73%. Expect a PNP victory in this seat. In Manchester Central, the PNP's Donovan Mitchell has the advantage. He's polling at 51.93%, ahead of incumbent Rhoda Crawford of the JLP, who sits at 48.07%. That wraps up this edition of CoverStory Highlights Constituency Polling. Join me again at 6 p.m. today for the remaining 2 Manchester seats and all 6 constituencies in Clarendon. And don't forget, on Tuesday at 6 p.m., we reveal which party will win the general election and by how many seats. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and drop your comments below.